shouldn't be acceptable for people who are supposedly leftist or progressive to pedo jacket trans people. First of all...
How did trans people even get into the mix?
From this.
In retrospect, looking at it, knowing now that that artist is a lolicon, yeah, I can see it. When I looked at it, I think the vibe that I got was like short stack, thick kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like the way like goblins get drawn in porn. You'll have to entertain me for a moment on this presumed shared knowledge of how goblins get drawn in pornography. But you know how they're all like thick short stacks, right? That was the vibe that I got because in the image, the girl that's shown has super thick legs and has like tits and a belly. So that's just the vibe I got.
The goblins were awakened.
I don't want to see him kissing goblins, ingratiating goblins, in bed with a goblin. I don't want to see him kissing goblins, succubus with goblins, ingratiating goblins, in bed with a goblin. I don't want to see him kissing goblins, ingratiating goblins, in bed with a goblin. I don't want to see him kissing goblins, ingratiating goblins, in bed with a goblin. Dump it.
Let's do a thought experiment. Imagine you, yes, you watching, are a successful if controversial leftist streamer. Hard, right? Okay, stick with me. You've got your share of detractors, and you can't really blame them. If you're a streamer, you talk all day. You're bound to say something bad every once in a while, at least that's what your fans tend to say in your defense. And there's loads of huge videos adding context to what you're saying, so at least they're trying to help. Imagine then that you are this streamer, and by some twist of fate, you've gotten a large trans audience. Some people would kill for that, but you've got it, and you know that in the back of your head. Now you might think that you have this large trans audience because you are particularly enlightened on trans issues. Others might suggest this is because most people don't care about trans stuff, so they don't talk about it, even when they desperately need us to. And some people downright hate us, so the bar is on the floor. So even someone who's just baseline not awful about us is going to attract a large trans following. And then you take this trans audience for granted. You know it's there, and you take that into account. Not only that, you wager that if you ever get hit with a big scandal, you can use them to shield you from criticism. You know that trans people are unfairly attacked by the right all the time, and accused of all sorts of ridiculous things. One common thing, in fact, trans people are accused of by fascists and their allies in the fight to keep us in the closet, or alternatively, lead us somewhere quiet to somewhere with the fishes, is being fans of goblins.
Our children are being groomed.
Groomer controversy. Shaming the groomers. That term groomer.
There's a new conspiracy theory raging across the right.
The real conversion therapy that happens in our world today is the kind where a child is converted into LGBT.
They peddle a completely false conspiracy theory that LGBTQ people are quote-unquote grooming children.
They're just evil. They're bad people. And they want to groom kids.
This is a classic line that was used against gay people in the past, and was something LGBT activists have been fighting against for decades. And still, people whip out this accusation, tired as it is, when they're trying to smear gay and trans people. Gay marriage? What's next? Men marrying dogs? Men marrying goblins? Queer people can't reproduce, so naturally, that's why they have to convert goblins. It's the only way to ensure their sick cult lives on. You've heard all these arguments before, of course. You're well versed in debate. So if it ever happened to be the case that you, this successful if controversial streamer, were accused of being partial to the odd, lewd picture of a goblin, you think you just might be able to use that. So let's say a folder with certain suspicious images gets unveiled on stream. How do you defend yourself? Do you own up to your mistakes? No, of course not. That would require taking accountability in the least, and might also involve you going to jail, if we're honest. The law doesn't take kindly to people who cavort with goblins, unless, of course, they're members of Congress or have upwards of $1 billion, and you don't, for now. So, do you deny it? Well, you can try, but everyone's seen the evidence already. That's one of the downsides of being a streamer. You'll have a large group of people with a parasocial attachment to you who will defend you, no matter how much the images in that folder look like goblins, though. And you know, because you know your audience, that statistically, a few of those people will be trans. So in lieu of being able to deny or twist it some other way, you use that. Are people accusing you, you cry with feigned disgust, of being into goblins just because you have a large trans following? Some people believe you, some people back you, and some of those people are trans just because there's enough of them in your audience. And you use that. You use trans people as a shield, because they, every day, have their lives put in danger by people wrongly accusing them of liking goblins, just for existing. So why not? Why not make that problem worse for personal gain? Why not throw salt in that open wound and drag the few trans people naive enough to follow you down with you? The people that have bought into the narrative that you're on their side, that you're their friend, even while you paint them as one with you and your community, while you exacerbate and even give credence to the false and deadly belief, a belief that gets people killed every day, that trans people really can't get enough of goblins. And I know, I'm a journalist in a British newspaper. I know all about this. We have a royal who's famously into goblins. He loves short, stout, fit goblins, and yet the most powerful people in our country protect him. In the meantime, trans people are attacked every single day and accused of crimes that we know people in the public eye have done and actively still do. And the British press sees fit to pour smoke on that fire. Just like you've done. It knows people detest goblin enjoyers, and so they accuse trans people of that very crime, day in and day out, to deflect from your Prince Andrews, from your members of parliament, from your lords and your TV stars that are too powerful to go after, for one, and for two, that they don't want to go after. Because they don't actually care whether you like goblins or not. They care if you're powerful and can line their pockets. But the public care. Because the public, well, they've all got goblins, like in their house. And if you've met people with goblins, you know that they will do anything to protect their precious little green ones. And because of the smokescreen, this lie, people die, are dying, are being killed. I know this trick because I see it every day. And I pray no trans person falls for it just because someone's doing it who claims to support trans people. Funny fucking way to show it. It is not trans people in your audience people are interrogating, and you know it. It's you. Trans people are not your shield. Keep our community out of your goddamn mouth. And to my fellow trans people, do not fall for this shtick. Do not stick by people as they try to throw you under the bus, no matter how friendly a face they're putting on. I know that there are very few public figures who fight for us, but this hypothetical streamer is not even one of them. Don't let him use you. Do not let him fool you into thinking he's on your side, even as he tries to deflect serious criticism onto you to save his own skin. With this defense of his, he's proven he's no better than any hack journalist at The Guardian or the New York Times who claims to be progressive while concerned trolling about trans people. At least they don't pretend to be our friends, while they associate us with goblins to the millions of followers.
I don't want to see him kissing goblins, ingratiating goblins, in bed with a goblin. I don't want to see him kissing goblins, succubus with goblins, ingratiating goblins, in bed with a goblin. I don't want to see him kissing goblins, ingratiating goblins, in bed with a goblin. I don't want to see him kissing goblins, ingratiating goblins, in bed with a goblin. Dump it.
Hey everyone, thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. If you like this video, why not like it, leave a comment, subscribe, and tell your friends about it. I am, unfortunately, quite poor right now, so if you have a few coins burning a hole in your pocket and you hate to see a tran like me down on the luck, why not help me get out of my massive, horrifying overdraft and send me some money? You can give me one-time donations on Coffee or PayPal, links below, as always, or better yet, sign up to my Patreon, where you get early videos, access to the members-only Discord, my Nintendo Switch friend code, and exclusive content, such as long-form interviews with Princess Weeks, Rosenkreuz, and Jessie Gender. In addition to all of that good stuff, you'll also, if you sign up, get your name read out at the end of each video, just like these lovely people. Brian, John N., Scully, Jan, Lloyd Luciente, Stephanie, Jason Cribbett, Shield Thaden, Robin Podolsky, Exploding Turtle, Casual Observer, Terry Roberts, Manta Ray, Courtney Burmack, Sleepy Slug, Philippa Tabrogga, Belligerent Kitten, Soma Piglet, Brain Douche, Artie Wolf, Hayden Gaylor, Greg Noble, Deanna McMillan, Caroline Regalado, Alexandra Lilly, PJ Lisborough, Howard Lott, Lara Van Loon, Nerania Scarjan, and Joey Cobalt. You guys have helped me so much recently. I talk about being poor on here a lot because I am. I couldn't do any of this without my patrons, so thank you so much for all of you. And anyone who wants to join them, I will owe you the entire world. Oh, also, while you're here, my brother is releasing new music. He's genuinely incredible. Like, he's got a great voice, great talent as a songwriter. You'd like him, like you personally. I know it. If I've met you, yes. If not, also yes. Just look him up. He's Sundile, that's Sundile, wherever music is streamed. And if you go and enjoy what you hear, leave a comment and tell them I sent you. I'll leave a little taster right here so you can... In addition, this episode and all of my episodes are brought to you by Paleo Iris and specifically Volcano's recent project. I'm going to read some ad copy now from my partner who does this, so... Volcanoes is a collaboration between Paleo Iris and artist and volcanologist Alias in Ink that celebrates LGBTQ+ scientists and volcanoes from around the world in a range of bright designs. Volcanoes was live on Kickstarter for a campaign in February to March 2023. After successfully funding all the planned designs, all the creations from this collection are now available for one more last time during the leftover sale, which runs until February 29th. If you're a fan of volcanoes and volcanology motifs, and love queer pride, why not check this collection out before it's gone forever? I can vouch for the quality of the stuff, it's pretty fucking good, and also I just like rainbows on things, and what's better than a bit of a volcano, like something exploding? Everyone loves explosions. You know, if you think you'd like them, or maybe they make a cool gift for a friend, why not give them a try? Alright, see you next time.
Dump it.